شالر میں بسدا دوبارہ میرے پیر اور ذکر خدا ذکر خدا اور یاد نبی نال چمکا مارے چہرہ میرے پیر تاجداراں تے نا امیراں دے دیل بلدے صدا فقیراں دے چمکا مارے چہرہ میرے پیر دا شالا روے وسدا دوبارہ میرے پیر. اور یہ شعر حضرت صاحب اور حضور خواجہ خواجگاں خواجہ محمد اسلم علیہ رحمہ خواجہ نواب الدین تمام سلاسل نقشبندیہ کے نام کرتا ہوں کہ روح اللہ اللہ کر دیا رڑائے ہر ویلے پھلدا رہنا بوٹا میرے پیر صداقت کا ترجمان صداقت کا ترجمان شہنشاہ طاہر ساری دنیا نو دسیا صدیق نے. میں نے شعر جب پڑھا تھا صاحب نے مجھے قریب بلا کر کہا کہ یہ اس طرح کہیں کیا طاہر ساری دنیا نو دسیا ارشد نے میرے لئی کافی ہے میرے لئی کافی ہے سہارا اسلم پیرا دوبارہ میرے پیر طاہر ساری دنیا نو دس دے ہی گل میرے لئی کافی ہے سہارا عرش پیر. نعرہ تکبیر نعرہ رسالت نعرہ تحقیق اور حضور خواجہ خواجگاں ہمارے عالیہ شان پرشی صدا والا شاہ جیوے. جزاک اللہ خیر. حضرت علامہ مولانا Sayyid Muhammad Pir Arshad of Stoke-on-Trent beautifully giving this mehfil further life. Allah increase the ilm and amal of Qibla Shah Sahib and grant us the true muhabbat of our Shaykh. Achiz would now like to invite Brother Sufi Naeem Sahib from Preston, if he's available, to come to the mic and for a few moments express his views. Inshallah, there will be one more naat and then Hazrat Allama Zahur Chishti Sahab's final speech in English. Hazrat Sufi Naeem Sahib of Preston.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. creator, sustainer, owner of everything we know about and everything we don't know about. Endless peace and blessings upon the jewel of all creation, Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and his family. It was 12 months ago in Preston that I had the fortune, the great fortune, of meeting Hazrat Sahib. Prior to meeting Hazrat Sahib, I was introduced to Hazrat Sahib via this Taj Mubarak that you see Dr. Sangh is wearing. What happened was I saw Dr. Bilal, an old friend of mine. He was coming out of the masjid, Raza Masjid, just around the corner, and I said, "That's a very nice hat you've got on there." And he explained to me he'd been to Uzbekistan with Hazrat Sahib. He explained to me about his sheikh and how he'd taken bed with his sheikh. A few weeks later, he invited me to meet the sheikh. Meeting the sheikh was one of the highlights of the past 12 months. I spent some time with Hazrat Sahib. I've been home with him. I've been going to the gatherings on Friday. But what I want to do is I want to tell you about a little bit about myself, my behavior, and how meeting Hazrat Sahib on that one occasion helped me do a complete U-turn in the way that I was conducting myself. I was, for want of a better term, a hooligan in the dunya, a very big hooligan. I was fortunate enough to travel, to see a lot of different cultures, a lot of different people, races, and involve myself in a lot of different activities around the world. But what I never really did was find contentment in my heart and that peace, that happiness which I was looking for. This, I think, goes back to being the first generation in this country, being born and bred as a first generation Muslim child, and not really having facilities. This is what I put it down to, actually. I put it down to not really having facilities to accommodate Muslim education, language barriers, difficulties with imams, Molly Sabs. I blamed everything on the Molly Sabs, to be honest, when I was growing up, because of the harsh environment that I grew up in. So I blamed everything on Molly Sabs. And this was my excuse up until a few years ago, when I realized that I couldn't blame, when I was still in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next life, I couldn't really blame them, because I had enough acumen and understanding and knowledge now to know that I could only blame myself. So what happened was I started to think about Islam, think about my behavior, think about what I should have been doing, what I shouldn't have been doing. Anyway, to cut a long story short, what I did was I started to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the manner that I knew best. And what I knew best was to go start playing salat, to start remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the form of the kalma la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And slowly, I hope that something would happen. Nothing happened for a while. Things did happen, and then, I kept being dragged back into the dunya because of my weaknesses. Anyway, going back to Dr. Bilal and the Barna, and the Topi, sorry, and my first meeting with Hazrat Sahib. It was at Dr. Bilal's house, and I arrived there when Hazrat Sahib wasn't in the room, and when he walked into the room, I was sat down and he stood up. I saw his Dari Mubarak, big red beard, Noor pouring off his face. As he sat down, he looked